has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game.
Just steamrolling his way through. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Offense set on first down. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. Quick completion on the out. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers. And they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside, and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
Quick completion to the right. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Wants to throw on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on second and long. He's looking to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Throws for the tight end. And the ball is intercepted. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Dropping back, it's Leonard. Unloads to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Nice play there. And I know when you think Notre Dame football, you're thinking about running the football and all those NFL offensive linemen they have, but when you've got playmakers like him on the perimeter, you've got to be able to take advantage of him. This guy has the chance to play on Sundays. He's too good. If you've got a window to throw and that guy's out running a route, give him an opportunity.
It's a reverse. And the ball is free on the pitch.
And as a defense, you just want to steal some possessions, create some turnovers. You force the fumble. But, man, what a break for the offense to fall back on it. Those are moments that you just get a little bit frustrated because it's the luck of a bounce.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Gets it out quickly. terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Got his man on the right.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the 1st down. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the 1st down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. He lofts one down the sideline. Got it! Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 3rd and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. Looking downfield, it's Leonard. Into the end zone. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Brown. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Unlike the old school thinking, this is the area of the field that is really 4-down territory now. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Finds him out of the backfield. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. They kept that drive alive, but still ground to cover here on 1st down. Wide receiver shows motion. To the air, it's Klubnik. Trying to get to it. And he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Notre Dame, 17, Clemson, 7.
All lined up and ready to go for a great 2nd half ahead. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the 2nd half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Catch in the middle. It's Moore.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the 2nd half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
To the air, it's Leonard. Got his man down the middle. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Probably hope for a little bit more on that one. It'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. ready to dial up some ball plays. They got it on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable in that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. The Tigers get enough for the first down.
Well, they picked up that first running the football. That's good news for an offensive line that really has been getting pushed around and bullied in this game so far. Let's see what happens moving forward.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Klubnik. He's got his man. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself opening. Nice job between those two.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mitt. They put 1 mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because of the speed on defense.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll pull it down. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They're ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Back to throw, it's Leonard. The quick out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Motion from the offense. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Looking to move it through the air. They're bringing heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up, try to confuse the QB. It's not working. That last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Wide out in motion. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Tackle was made after the first down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one.
Offense will take over 1st and 10.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. You see my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
He's going for the big play. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. It's Haynes. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to throw. It's Klubnik. Just a short pass to the tight end. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Notre Dame 24, Clemson 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking to throw it again. Extending the play. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. Open runway ahead. Inside the 10. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish back on offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive there.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
Snagged in the middle, it's Collins. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Now on the option. He'll toss it. He'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The offense coughs it up. Scoops it up. Still a live ball.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble. I'm going to get a turnover. And the offense falls in.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Leonard. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A low line drive and short kick. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground.
Clemson offense will take over 1st and 10.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They got it on offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
On 4th down, going to the air. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Yeah, and now trailing with a little over 2 minutes, it's looking bleak. My defense has got to go out there and get a stop immediately. I got to stop the clock as fast as I can, try to save as much as I can, and then put my 2-minute offense together. There's a lot that has to go right for me to get back in this ballgame.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here. Inbounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down inbounds, you're doing exactly that.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard. They picked up 2.
Great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
With jet sweep pass. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running down the hill and making it back.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Quick pass on the jet motion. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another